Hello, everyone. It's Jerry at the Fledge. Welcome to a new episode or a new program that we're doing called Every Damn Day Encore, where we bring back somebody to give us an update on what they've been doing and to talk a little bit more about their company. And our first person on Every Damn Day Encore is Jeremy Hurt with Red Bike Delivery. How you doing, Jeremy?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I am great. You and others have asked, can I come on again and talk and give you an update? And you, in particular, you've had a lot of press in the last few weeks. Tell us about that. How's that been for you?
It's been pretty exciting. It was a bit unexpected, but it definitely I'm enjoying it. Being able to get the word out about what's going on and what we're doing here.
Yeah. For those of us, or not us, but those of the people out there that didn't watch the first episode or might not have heard of Red Bike Delivery, I should mention we're on Twitch for the first time. I don't know what I'm doing, but figured I'd throw it out there. So, anybody out on Twitch, say hi to us. I'd like to know what's going on in that world. I watch my grandson play games. That's how I know about it. So why don't we start with what's your vision, your mission, your values, however you want to frame it for Red Bike Delivery.
Sure. I think one of the main things that I want to accomplish is to make a better sense of community, a tighter sense of community, I guess I should say, through this venture. It's a delivery business, but the vision behind it is so much more than that. As far as building community, looking out for the environment, um, and uh, just there's so many facets behind um, what I'm really trying to do that really doesn't get conveyed, because you think red bike delivery, I'm just going to order something to so I don't have to leave the house or I can't get out of the office or whatever. And um, you know part of the reason that it's on a bike is to help cut down on fossil fuels being burned, the CO2 being put into the atmosphere, and just really cutting down on that, because delivery has taken a huge increase because of COVID, and that just means more cars burning fossil fuels every day, and it's not sustainable. So that, and just keeping the money in the community too, instead of sending it to these faceless companies that don't give a shit about our community, is how we enrich the community and thrive.
So, I think we've got a good grasp on, the greening up the delivery. I would probably mention that even if it wasn't delivery, if people were going to the restaurant, if people were going to pick up or eat there, I guess I should say, it would still have a pretty large carbon footprint. But what you're doing, you're going to take a bite out of whether it's, you know, during COVID times and there's a lot of delivery, or not going during COVID times and there's a lot of going to pick up, you're going to be able to impact how food gets to a person, right? Because once
Correct.
people understand that you're green and, not everybody's going to go back to the restaurants, that's going to be part of how you protect the environment and build the community. And then you also said that you don't want to send money to these faceless organizations. How Talk to us a little bit more about how that builds the community.
So the best description that I've heard of this, and it may have even come from you, is that so if I take someone to delivery and they tip me $10, and then I take that money and I go get my hair cut at the local barber shop, and spend that $10 there, and then that barber goes to um, another local restaurant and spends it there. It just turned into $30 in the community. So it just it extends the life of that money inside, and we spend it here. If you send it to, if you're spending it in these corporations, they just put it in a bank and some offshore account, and then they say they don't have any money. So it's not how you keep the economy going.
So, as your company starts to grow, what values are you going to wrap around it that make sure you stay on this vision and this mission that you have? What do you value that makes you really motivated to build this community and protect our environment? Besides the obvious, the community and the environment.
Sure. Not gonna let me get away with an easy answer on that one, huh? I just like integrity is one thing. I part of my mission has been to be able to give restaurants and the consumers a break from the fees and stuff that companies like DoorDash and others charge. And I'm completely transparent about any charges that I might have, in order just to continue the business and hopefully pay a couple bills here and there. But so integrity and transparency are very important to me in this venture, just to make sure that people understand what they're getting. It sucks to find out you've been swindled, or however you want to put it. Nobody likes that feeling, and it's not necessary. I don't. This isn't like any. There's no greed in this. It's about um, making things better for everybody at once.
Do you envision um, like having red bike delivery in San Diego and San Francisco and Boston and Chicago and Grand Rapids? And do you have that vision? Is that part of your vision to expand that big?
Yes, it has been since pretty much day one when I started figuring out how it was going to work. And like right then I was like, well, then there's East Lansing, and Campus, and Grand Rapids, and Ann Arbor. And I think those smaller cities that are kind of still bigger, but have that small town feel kind of to it, are a good starting point for red bike delivery, to build those communities and stuff like that. And then hopefully the larger cities can see that, and then it'll appeal to them, and that'll be all she wrote.
So when you have a driver in Grand Rapids and a rider, a peddler, a delivery person, I don't know what to call them. What are we going to call them?
A mobile server is what I'm going for.
Oh, okay. A mobile server in all these different cities. What's going to keep them, wanting to keep building the environment? Building the community or protecting the environment? And what's going to keep you from starting to get a little greedy and starting to understand why some of these guys do what they do? What's holding that together?
I think, well, first, to make sure, to ensure that everybody is on the same page, is going to be something that would be challenging, of course. Hopefully I can nail down some type of application interview process that'll make that pretty clear, as far as what's expected, and what the people are capable of doing. As far as keeping a level head, and not letting that money like get to you, or whatever. I think I really can't, I can't say for sure that I would, because I just don't know, because I've never been in that position. But I think, based on how I've lived my life so far, that I couldn't imagine myself becoming somebody that ever hoarded money, or didn't use that to help benefit the people around me. Because I know I've been broke and had $5, and if somebody else needed it, it was theirs. So Yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm asking you some tough questions. These are questions that all of us, as we try to scale, have to kind of figure out. Like we're talking about 10,000 fledges, and I can't even imagine that and how we would make sure all of these things. And I can't imagine, if I wanted something to happen somewhere and I wasn't there, and how to, I mean, it would just be really difficult. But
Mhm.
I also, I think your mantra and the values that you have as a person, that's instilling into Red Bike Delivery. You're here at the Fledge quite often doing maintenance on your bike or fixing something, or we're talking about something, and it's always pretty consistent. So I think what you're living out and what your vision is, I want this to come true so bad. um, but to that end, um, what where are you at? How's it been going? What's an update?
Um, it's it's been going a little slower than I had hoped. Um, I could just say everything's great, and but running a business is not easy. There's a lot of things that I need to be in charge of that I'd rather not be in charge of. But I have to accept that responsibility now, for now, to get things rolling. And so it's been a slow start, but there's so many uh there's so what is it, irons in the fire or whatever, that I'm very, very hopeful and excited for the future of Red Bike Delivery, and all the things that we can do, all the restaurants that I've touched base with, and all the people that I've gotten feedback from. It is all positive and all looking good for the future.
And so there's something about the community that you care about a lot with these deliveries, and you've been working on that as part of your vision. You wanted to tell us about that?
um about the free delivery.
Yes.
Yeah. So
So,
yeah.
well, I was just going to say, it might sound backwards a little bit, where we're talking about, making a little bit of money off delivery and all of that, but you've come up with a brilliant idea.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to have the right contacts in my life to be able to meet people and come up with this plan for digital advertising, which would consist of a LED screen attached to the trailer that I pull, that will be um, advertising for local businesses, and anybody that wants to buy ad space, basically. Uh, and I know it'll be a great idea because I'm basically the only person riding a bike with a trailer in the middle of in the streets in Lansing. So I'm already turning heads, and why not, give them something better to look at, and then that way, I can supplement that income to be able to give the customers and restaurants at least a discounted price, if not free. But the goal is to make it a free service.
So someone on Facebook, I'm sorry I have to say someone because they don't show me the name, said, "What a great idea," which I also, delivery, as a service like that, or that micro transportation. Do you want to talk about the company that you're working with on this?
Yeah, I'd love to actually. Josh Cooper is he was on your show recently, actually, with Scoop Signage is who I'm going to be partnering with for this, and it's an amazing company, amazing person, that, like, he's so, like, just genuine, and really cares about the future of these businesses that he works with. So I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, and I just want to give a shout out, or kind of say something along the lines of you might have remembered Josh from the pedicabs that were in East Lansing for a little while, maybe a year or two ago. And they had digital signage, and you could jump on, and they'd give you a free ride to anywhere in camp or on campus. So just in case you, what did I want to say? Uh, have those on or couldn't. Keep going, Jeremy.
Just in case you were wondering who he was,
Yes, that's it.
that's who he is.
I was reading a comment and then I got thrown off onto what I was saying. So, when do you think the signage might be ready, or what have you?
Hopefully, pretty soon. Everything costs money, so it just depends on getting the or equipment. Really, is what I just need a screen and a battery and a few other things. And so once I can figure out that, then we'll be going. Because I know once that's there, they provide the software and you're good to go. And it's such a cool program. Like, it's so easy to work and update. And so if you're advertising and all of a sudden you come out with a new slogan or a new logo, like you can change it like that. So that's really convenient.
So that makes it, gives you another revenue stream, obviously, because you would share in that ad space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the delivery, and you can start to reduce the fee there. What about the bike? How's the bike been? Is it holding up? Let's talk about that a little bit.
I'm learning a lot as I go. I I thought I had the right parts, and was looking more at prices than the other information that I probably should have been looking at, as far as compatibility and reviews and things like that. So my first attempt at making it an electric bike is kind of garbage right now. But we're on to try two, and I think this is going to be a much better experience based on what I learned from the last one. So right now the bike is upside down in the Fledge, being worked on, but it'll be kicking ass once I get back up.
And can we give a shout out to the company who helped you with that?
Um, they'd rather be.
They don't want to?
No, they just want to kind of be under the radar. So
All right.
gotta respect that.
I just want to say to everyone, there's two kick-ass companies out there helping Red Bike Delivery keep moving forward. And we've got a nice ecosystem right here. We don't have to keep buying everything from all over the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Facebook user, sorry, you're posting from the group probably, and I don't know who is posting to me, but what kind of businesses would you promote? Only restaurants? That's a question from the crowd, and I'll let you answer.
So I would definitely promote the restaurants that I'm working with, for like as low of a cost as I can offer, and then but that would be because of the other businesses, banks, car dealerships, like whatever. If they want to advertise, then I can get them 20 seconds on the screen, so it's a constant loop that runs. And so however many businesses, say I got like 10 businesses, and they each get like 20 seconds in that loop, and then it goes again and again and again. So you're going to be seen. And then when I add mobile servers, they'll have screens on there, so you'll be really all over the city, being advertised, whereas like a billboard, you're depending on people coming to it, where we're going to everybody else. So yeah, I there's if they want ad space, I can get it for whoever.
All right. I'm gonna give one more question comment. This is from Giannis, our good friend. She has the newspaper, the Chronicle, and she wanted to know, is there anything that she can do to help you with your business?
Mm, thank you, first of all, for that. Because if it wasn't for the help of other people, I'd be probably crying in my apartment right now.
Why
with
aren't you crying in your apartment?
I don't know, man. But uh, um, I think the biggest thing that helps is just for people to talk about it, to get the word out, to let people know what's going on, and what we're doing, with Red Bike Delivery. Um, Especially if you understand like the impact we're trying to make on the community and stuff like that, because so people can see how we're different from just your average delivery business.
I'll tell you what, I'll send an email to you and Giannis, and maybe you guys can talk a little bit further and a little bit more details. But shout out to Giannis. She's on the list for an encore. I know that for sure because she was the first person to ask me to come on the show second. So I can't wait for that, Giannis. All right. Oh, she said a story perhaps. You want some
Yeah,
more press?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
yeah. All right.
And
So
then
we promised 20 minutes. Go ahead.
yeah, I just wanted to say that the Valentine's Day delivery that I have coming up. That's if you go to the Red Bike Delivery Facebook page or my personal Facebook page, you can see flyers and posts about it. That it's basically a singing telegram without the singing, because it would be a horrible, horrible holiday if I started singing. So
All right. So keep that in mind, especially if you forget in the last moment, you'll rush right over there, right?
yes, sir.
Oh, you got to do up the card though, too, right?
Yeah, I need a little bit of time, but yes.
All right. So we're trying to keep these to 20 minutes. You and I, this is our first one, so we're practicing. So it's okay. We're a few minutes over. And we're going to close everyone with, is there something that you've learned to do every damn day that maybe you didn't do on September 14th when you did one of the first shows that we ever did for every damn day?
Yeah. Um, so this experience has been so um there's so much to it. There's so many things that are happening that I've made sure every day to just stop and realize what I'm doing, realize where I am, because I don't want to look back and have forgotten all these steps that I took to get to wherever I am in the future. So I just try to just stop and collect myself, and remind myself how, like, that I'm doing something, because some days it feels like you're not. So that's been a huge thing that I've focused on doing every day, is just slowing down and being in the moment.
That's great advice. I like it. And you're going to know the story. You're going to remember it. You're going to be present in it. So,
Mm,
all right, man. Thank you for coming on an encore show of every damn day and helping us work out how this is going to work. And I'm fascinated with Twitch still for any of you Twitch users. I don't know. I don't even know if I have a follower. I don't even know if that's a thing yet. So thank you, sir. Talk to you later.
yes, sir.
Yep. Bye-bye.